Do you know where we are today? We are right outside the house of sensational Dutta sisters. If you don't know who they are, check their Instagram page right away because these two young stars are making waves. Come with me, let's get inside and meet the dynamic duo. Hello, Datta sisters.
Welcome.
Introducing you, Shravya and Sharanya, the Datta sisters.
So come on in.
Today we have not one, but two incredible young talents on the podcast. The Datta sisters, Shravya and Sharanya. These two powerhouses have mastered the art of Indian classical dance by earning the prestigious Natyapraveena title and captivating audience with their spectacular Arangetram. So without further ado, let's get started with a fun and inspiring conversation. Welcome Shravya and Sharanya.
Thank you for having us, and namaskaram to the audience.
How are you feeling, guys?
We're very excited. Yeah, we're super excited. It's always a delight to talk about dance and everything related to it. So I'm excited. I think it'll be great.
How did you guys get into music and dance?
Well, it has always been my mother's dream to learn music and dance, but unfortunately, due to the time, she wasn't able to learn. So now we're here to fulfill her dream.
That's great.
Yeah, so my mom, because, yeah, like she said, because of the past and kind of in the financial situation, and also I think in the past in India, like they wanted you to study and keep your focus there. So arts was not something that was widely encouraged. So that's why both my parents have kind of pushed us to do that and keep us close to our culture, and through music and dance, it was easier. And then, yeah, so that's kind of how we got into it. It was an initial struggle. They did have to force us in the beginning for music, especially, but I think they helped us fall in love with it, and now we have both become so passionate about music and dance, so it's nice.
So let me tell the audience that these girls, these young girls, they are American Indians. But do you see the passion for classical Indian dance and classical singing? I must say their parents are doing an amazing job, and these girls, they are very talented. Okay, so tell me more about Arangetram because I'm sure like there are people who don't know what Arangetram is, and also what's the story behind this Natyapraveena title.
Okay, so yeah, Arangetram originally it means to ascend the stage. So yeah, traditionally Arangetram is done as a solo debut performance of multiple hours and done with a live orchestra. But nowadays, a lot of people have started to see it as more of a graduation. So a lot of dancers nowadays will quit their dance journey after that engagement and kind of move on. Because now a lot of people equate Natyapraveena or the Arangetram to a graduation. But yeah, for us, it was more of a milestone that was kind of the next step in our dance journey. And that's what it's stereotypically and originally that's what the meaning was. So yeah, it gave us a lot of new experience and new perspectives to look at. It taught us a lot of discipline.
And the award of Natyapraveena allowed us to understand that this is just the beginning and there's much more to learn in dance, and it's basically going to stay with us forever.
Right. And I also read that Arangetram also has the spiritual meaning to it. So would you like to throw some light on it?
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, it means to ascend the stage. Both in dance, you're literally getting on the stage and dancing, and metaphorically, you're also reaching another stage of your dance journey where you're learning after that engagement. You're learning a lot more advanced and more complex pieces that challenges the skills that you already have. So yeah, it has both that literal and metaphorical meaning. But I'd also like to add, there's a Telugu song. You want to sing it with me? So it goes, Lalita Kalaradhanalo Velige Chirudivvenu Nenu. And so that means in like a lot of lamps that are lit, we are simply just one tiny wick. Or in the ocean of arts, we're just simply one drop. And so that Arangetrams, it means a lot. It has a lot of meaning, the title of Natyapraveena, but there's always so much more to discover. for ourselves, and there's just always so much out there. So I think for us, Arangetram was definitely one thing that taught us a lot, but from now there's only more and more to do, I think.
What a beautiful explanation. As far as I know, the classical dance, it requires a lot of discipline and dedication, right? And you guys are pretty young. You guys are students also.
Yes.
How do you manage your studies with the other activities? But yeah, before answering that, I would like to know your age and Sharanya, what grade are you in? And Shravya, what are you doing in your academic life?
Okay, so yeah, I'm 19 years old, will be 20 soon. I'm currently a pre-med student, undergraduate student at Baylor University, studying biology. And yeah, so I'm on the track to become a doctor one day. Hopefully, that's my goal. I know it'll be difficult. It's a very long and hard path, but I kind of use these arts as a escape and kind of try to balance both. So yes.
And I'm 15 years old. I'm a sophomore at Jordan High School. And when I completed my Arangetram, I was actually 13 years old. And that was my 6th year learning dance. And I think dance at that time, I had more time because I was just in 8th grade. So it would be more of fun practice sessions. And yeah.
Yeah,
How incredible.
and to talk more about that, like dedication and discipline, you were saying it was definitely a struggle. I think my family, we've always been very involved in various different activities, dance, music, art, for me, theater for her. We did swimming, photography. I think our family is always used to being kept on our toes, running around all the time. But so like time-wise, I guess we had a little bit of a feel of how to manage, but then the Arangetram required way more discipline and dedication than any of these other activities, and it required so much more commitment. So we definitely had to make changes to our schedules because of our age gap, our schedules didn't really align. So sometimes we would try to wake up earlier before school and practice then, and then again after we come back. And weekends were fully dedicated to practice. So it was definitely a lot of change. And some other challenges that we faced during our Arangetram was also diet and exercise.
Yes, and since I was 13 years old, I loved junk food. Chips, sugar cookies, chocolates. It was very hard for me to adapt to a healthy diet with steamed broccoli and beans. It was very hard for me, but even when my friends offered me brownies during lunch, it was very hard for me to say no.
Yeah, I think we definitely had that initial separation anxiety from junk and sugars.
Yeah, but now it just became a lifestyle. It just became a very common diet. Now we're still following that. We could have just stopped it after the Arangetram, but we're still continuing that diet.
So my mom very cleverly made us quit all these sugars for the Arangetram. And the day after the Arangetram, I reached for a cookie and she slapped my hand and said, no, like you've already done it for the year, so you can do it for the rest of your life and just not eat sugars at all anymore.
Yeah.
So we still I think it was a big change for my parents as well, the Arangetram, and it impacted a lot of us. Even for my grandmother, actually, my mom's mom, she was bedridden for a while, had a lot of health issues and arthritis and things. And once we announced the Arangetram, some sudden energy and willpower that pushed her to recover as quickly as she could, and she was able to come here and travel. Both my grandparents came and made the trip to come watch us perform.
And I think that made the day more special, having them over to watch us on this milestone.
Yeah.
And there was one more challenge that we all faced. Actually, 41 days before our Arangetram, I had a knee injury due to all of the rigorous practices. And it was really hard because the 41 days, that 3 weeks before the Arangetram is supposed to be the most intense practice sessions because it's closer to the Arangetram. But unfortunately, the doctor said I couldn't dance for that 1 week. And
in fact, I think she said she would never be able to
yeah,
dance
and that
again.
really broke me because dance is literally my life. And if she said that I can never dance again, it literally broke me. But with everyone's encouragement, my teacher and my parents, my sister, everyone encouraged me to still continue practicing, even if it's not physically practicing, still watching the videos, trying to get the memorization in. And I'm actually glad that happened. I shouldn't be saying that, but that actually allowed me to work on my expressions and get everything correctly before the Arangetram day.
Yeah, and so another thing that we did as soon as we heard about her news about her injuring her knee and hearing from the doctor she'd never be able to dance again, we made 2 phone calls. One, like we said, our dance teacher had supported us very much and allowed her to still practice but seated. And then the other phone call we made was to our the priest we follow here in Houston very religiously. His name is Sri Hanuman Swami Garu, and he's from the temple Sri Ramajay Niketan, which is under construction now. And he also kind of supported us by doing puja in his temple. And we also chanted Hanuman Chalisa at home for 41 days until the day of the Arangetram. And I strongly believe that Bajrangabali got us through.
Indeed.
And I think we actually haven't talked about our 3 gurus yet, but I think this is the right time to talk about that.
Mention them, yeah.
So our dance teacher, our guru is Srimati Divyauni, and to talk about her personality, she's a very humble person. She's an actress herself, actually, and yet she's still really humble, she's sweet, and during the Arangetram time, she's really open to all of our ideas and any songs we wanted to do, any dances we wanted to do. She was really open to that, so we really much appreciate it. And I think she really gave a turn in our lives and shaped the dancers in us, the internal dancers in us.
She definitely had a huge role in the dancers and people we are, because she inspires us. She teaches us not just dance, but also what kind of person to be. No matter how much fame she has, she's still so humble, so down to earth, and so simple. And I think that's what we aspire to be. And yeah, especially during that engagement time, yeah, like she said, she would take every single request of ours, and we both were actually a handful to, deal with.
We fought a lot during our practices, and I think it was an entertainment for our teacher as well.
Yeah, Viviante was very entertained, but we were definitely mischievous and gave her some trouble occasionally. But she very sweetly dealt with it with a laugh. And some of our other gurus also for singing, actually, we have 2 gurus. One is Guru Srimati Gayatri Rajesh. She lives here in Houston, and I've been learning from her since 2012. And she's truly like a mother figure to me. And to the point where if I meet her or go to class, I have to be careful because I know 2 hours will be gone, 1 hour for class, and the other hour we'll just keep talking and talking because we have so much to share no matter how many times we meet up. So yeah, that's also another one of our gurus that's had a profound impact on us. And then our 3rd guru for singing is Guru Sri Nalan Chakravarti Murti. And he's actually a Vagyakara, Vidwanmani Guru Sri Nalan Chakravarti Murti. And he basically is very influential and very knowledgeable in Carnatic singing. So he actually writes and composes his own singing like songs and books, and has many books actually. And he's also taught Indian playback singers. His nephews are in Telugu playback singing by the name of Vedala Hemachandra and N.C. Karunya, very popular singers. So we're grateful that and so blessed to have 3 gurus like them that have helped us fall in love with the arts just more and more.
Sure. Actually. These 2 young girls are inspiring me a lot, and I'm sure they're inspiring all the audience there. Your story it's very motivating. The way you recovered from that injury,
Yes.
and you got back on the stage. And even I had read that Arangetram, it requires a lot of practice. You need to dedicate a lot of hours to it.
Yes.
Right? How many hours did you practice?
Well, that would be, we would have classes almost every single day of the week. And on top of that, we would have to wake up early in the morning, which is very hard for me as well. We would wake up early in the morning, go to school, come back, do homework, and practice again. So it was a lot of commitment, but then again, I don't regret anything at all because it's the most memorable, that was the most memorable year of my entire life, I have to say that.
And to give you a number, I think initially, because in dance class, the length of the items that we learn are usually 8 to 10 minutes. So from bringing it to 8 to 10 minutes to 4 or 5 hours was a lot. So yeah, we started by first practicing 30 minutes in a stretch. then to 1 hour, then 2-3 hours, and eventually to 4 or 5 hours of the day of. And also that 1 week before the Arangetram, that stretch is reserved for live rehearsals with the orchestra that came from India. And so that includes a mridangam person, and then a vocalist, and then a violin player. So because it's completely different from recorded music to live music, because live music will never be the exact same as the time before. So kind of adapting to that was very difficult, and yeah, that required a lot more practice, because that 1 week before that Arangetram was fully dedicated only to dance. So from morning to evening would be just practicing.
And I think on top of all the dancing, we had to do a lot of exercise to build that stamina. And that is actually one advice I would like to give to all dancers or all athletes or sports. I think before you start your practices, it is very important to stretch, because it can lead to injury.
Yeah, that's what we face the consequences with here, because if you don't stretch and you jump straight into rigorous practice, it can really damage your body and have a lot of effects that way. So that's really important, actually.
I am truly enjoying this conversation. And yes, this conversation till yet, it leaves me with the deep thought that if you dream of achieving a goal, you need a persistency. You need to be consistent with that. Doesn't matter, some days will be high, some days will be low, but be persistent, be consistent, and you will definitely achieve your dreams. Moving on, so I was thinking, Shravya and Sharanya, that every artist, they have some set of people who always will criticize them irrespective of the fact that they are doing their best, right? Because we live in such a society where you always have that fraction of people, irrespective of your talent, they will always try to put you down. Do you guys ever had such an experience where you felt that people are giving negative feedback, they are discouraging you, and how do you uplift yourself from that?
So yeah, I think we're lucky that a lot of people have supported us in our journey, whether it's our parents or gurus or other well-wishers, even like you. But I mean, I think there's always, no matter what you do, no matter how perfect you are, there's always going to be someone that's going to say something, and you can never 100% satisfy every single person in this world. And I think just keeping that in mind makes it so much more easier to accept when you do receive negative feedback. Like, it's okay. I maybe, like, this person might have liked my work, this person may not have, and that's okay. And I think also, yeah, definitely, I think everyone at some point will receive some sort of negative feedback, discouragement. But discouragement-wise, I think there were definitely some people that told us to, like, quit music, dance, focus on studies. But our parents have supported us so much, took it up like a second job almost to take us to all these activities, and that, brought us some shame. If they're doing so much, why can't we? Let people say what they want to say. If our parents are supporting us, our gurus are supporting us, then it's only our duty to do justice to that.
Yeah, and I think even if they do give any discouraging comments, I think it's really important to take it in a positive manner. That way it'll motivate you to do better and better for every single performance.
Yeah, kind of taking it as constructive criticism would be the right thing to do.
Very nice. As you both are American Indians, so how do you balance this Indian culture with the Western culture? Because nowadays I see that the young generation, and especially the ones who are living here in US, they are losing a connect, they're losing that touch with the Indian heritage. And looking at you two, doesn't matter you two are American Indians, but you guys are strongly, deeply connected to your own Indian roots. What are your thoughts on it?
I think we've balanced, the only reason we've been able to balance both Indian and Western culture is mostly because of our parents. I think because when we were younger, we also definitely did face that initial struggle of not being able to speak our native language, Telugu, for a while. Because I was born in India and she was born here, but when we moved here, Telugu was my first language and I couldn't speak English very well. But at one point, I started going to school and everything. I was speaking English, and my parents were afraid that we would forget Telugu. And That's something really important to them, our culture and our language. So they would refuse to speak to us unless we spoke in Telugu. So if we spoke to them in English, they'd be like, sorry, I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak this. Nakaradu, that's what they would say. But yeah, so I think they knew like English, living in America especially, we're going to assimilate with the culture here and the people here anyways. So it's important to still remember who you are. Like I think, yeah, like be a Roman in Rome, but still never forget who you are, I think, is something that we really follow in this household.
And I think even when we both go to school or college, we never leave our house or dorm without a bindi. And either on Fridays or holidays or religious holidays, we wear a kurti to embrace our culture, which I think that's also very important to do to show to not only understand your identity but also showcase it so other people can learn more about you.
And coming back to Western culture too, I mean, Diwali is as big as Christmas or Halloween or whatever it is in this house.
Definitely.
So I think we've got to experience everything living here, and it's nice that you know, this country like gives you that freedom, and it's nice to experience all of that. Yeah. So I think also like movies and everything too. We both of us tend to watch a lot of Indian and Bollywood movies.
Oh wow.
But after going to college, I've started watching a lot more English, and my friends have got me into a little bit of Taylor Swift. I'm trying to learn that as well, but that's how we've been able to maintain balance. Yeah.
What a beautiful message out of that. I know some parents who live abroad or in United States, sometimes they fear that their children are losing their connect with the Indian roots. But take the baby steps, you know, the children absorb everything what you do, whatever is done in their environment. If you embrace your culture, if you practice your Indian culture, they will gradually come on the track and they will start embracing their culture too.
Exactly. Monkey see, monkey do.
Oh wow. We all are monkeys. I agree. The evolution happened like that. Do you guys ever travel to India? And how is your experience there? Because I'm sure that you get some extra attention when you go to India, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because when you go to India and then they see the American Indians, like, you know, speaking English in a very different accent, how do you feel that special treatment and what are your experiences?
Yeah, so we do visit India about every other year. In the summertime, when we were younger, of course, and we had longer breaks, we would go for the full 3 months, and unfortunately, it's not like that anymore. But yeah, we definitely do get a lot of special treatment from all the aunties, uncles, cousins, everybody, all the mamas, chachis, everybody, grandparents. So it's nice getting that special attention. And I think more than because we are from the US, they give us extra attention because living in the US, we are still doing Indian classical dance and music and everything. So every time we visit a relative's house, they always ask us to sing or dance or something. So it's always that extra spotlight too. So it's nice. And I mean, I guess it's a lot of extra chocolates and some extra rupees and everything too. So it's fun. I enjoy it.
Do you enjoy Indian shopping?
Yes. I love it.
I love buying.
And it's shopping for us. I don't like shopping for
Yeah.
other people, but
Yeah.
then I'll get
Only for
bored.
me.
But the clothes and everything, all the vibrant colors, and India is just such a festive country, so it's fun. So it's very loud and chaotic at times, and we enjoy it. Though.
Yeah, I think that's where I fit in. That's my comfortable zone.
Yeah, and we are yet to experience festival time in India because summertime there's not always much going on. But someday we want to go experience Diwali in India and see how it's a lot more elaborate.
Oh yeah. India is beautiful. The culture is beautiful. Every day it seems like a festival.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't miss my country.
Yeah, and then in India also, I think, yeah, like I said, the extra attention we get from the music and dance. This summer, when we visited India in Hyderabad, we did a dance program, like Bharatanatyam, and also started with the Carnatic singing piece with our guru, Sri Natyapraveena Murthy Garu. And so, yeah, so it was very well received by the audience there. We kind of did a shortened version of our Arangetram there to kind of, because we didn't know how the audience would react or receive it in India. But we were lucky that they were waiting for more, actually. They were like, oh, this is it, we want to see more. So it's nice to kind of see that, wherever we go, we're encouraged by so many people. And there's actually a saying in Sanskrit, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. So honor thy mother, father, guru, and guests as God. So our parents have been, undoubtedly huge pillars of support in not even just the dance journey, just everything in life, kind of instilling values of culture in us and making their life all about us and encouraging us so much. And yeah, like I said earlier, taking it like a second job to take us to all these activities and even all the reels and YouTube channel stuff that we post. It's like a family production. Like we're just seen on screen, but there's a lot off screen you don't see. Like my dad sitting behind the camera and being the cinematographer and videographer, and then my mom kind of doing the makeup and like planning like these outfits and everything. Even today, like all the matching coordinating stuff. So it's that, and then our gurus we did like kind of talk about earlier. They were huge people that like played a key role in shaping how we view arts and how making us want to still pursue it along with everything else, even if it is difficult at times. And there's also been other people like my mom's sister who did all the shopping in India for our Arangetram during that time, and my uncles and everybody that also supported her and kind of helped with that, the cousins and everybody, my brothers, and then even people here. We have this family friend group that we call the village, because they say it does take a village to raise a child. So, so they've always been here at every moment for the last maybe 10 years that we've known them. They are always here at every occasion, and especially during their Arangetram time too, they would come and calm my parents down and help as needed. And then also our dance family as well, Sreepadam Performing Arts and Cultural Education, we like to call it SPACE family. All of our seniors and everyone there also were a huge help. And they also are always equally excited when we told them we were performing in India too. They were also excited. And during the Arangetram too, they took time off of their own schedules to come and watch us during the live rehearsals, because two of them were MCs. So they kind of watched our dances and saw how they could prepare the script better and be better MCs. We also had one akka help with lighting, and so she watched all our dances during the live rehearsals, and on the day of she was projecting the lights to add dramatic effect and observe. And it was so, it just meant so much that they took time off of their schedule to do that. And even backstage also we had two of our seniors come and help. And something that really touched my heart is one of them had literally like sat on the floor and had my foot in her lap to tie the anklet, and I was like, no, don't do that. And she said, you guys call us akka, which means sister, so this is what sisters do. So we've just been touched by the amount of love and support that we've received, whether it's in India or here. And even our priest here always asks us to sing before he ends the puja, and he calls us his asthana or asthana singers, so singers for that temple, dedicated singers for that temple. So it just means so much that people have given us so much.
Beautiful.
I think even after we came back from India, sometimes you might be missing family, but we already have our small family here. And whenever you need help, you always know that you have someone to phone no matter what.
Yeah, someone to count on. So it's beautiful that we've received that much encouragement, and we're truly blessed in that way, I think.
You are blessed. And for all the people who have not yet explored the Dutta Sisters page on Instagram, you must see on the Instagram. You are really missing something extraordinary. You can also go on their YouTube channel, the Dutta Sisters, and you can see their beautiful Arangetram performance there. So let's talk more about the sister bond. Tell me, do your sister fight?
Should we be honest? What siblings don't fight?
Right? I do fight with my sister a lot.
Yeah, we fight a lot.
I think that's the beauty of the sister bond, though. I think I don't wait for her to come from college just to talk to her. I wait for her to come from college so I can fight with her. I think that's what I'm waiting for as a sister.
Yeah, we definitely do argue a lot, and it's embarrassing that we're this old, and sometimes it can get a bit physical, but we definitely do fight a lot.
And how do you guys spend time together?
By fighting.
Oh, stop it. This is
No,
making us look so bad.
No, but I think definitely, like we mentioned, through dance and music, but also in the morning, afternoon, evening, we'll be fighting. But at night, I think that's the most sweet moment.
She
We'll be
comes and sleeps in my room.
Yeah, we'll be having like night conversations, really deep conversations actually, and I think that's also really sweet. That I miss her a lot. So it's like I have a lot to fill her in with. So.
Well, I'm crazy that I'm shocked that she's admitted that she
No, but
misses.
I have to lie on camera, so.
No, but
Can I know some of the topics? What deep conversations you have with your sister? Do you get some extra special attention in the school?
I mean, like not in the school, but at home definitely because I'm the favorite child, so.
she's lying. This is another lie that she's told on camera for the record.
It always happens with a sibling.
Yeah, but special attention, I feel like actually, yes, when I went to college, I didn't know anybody going to Baylor University because I think a lot of the Indians here in Texas go to UT Austin A&M. So Baylor's Indian population isn't as great as some of those other schools. So when I went, I started following all the Indian people on Instagram there. So because I've had mostly Indian friends my entire life, so I wanted to make sure I had someone. So I got to campus and a lot of people knew who I was. They knew me as, oh, that very Indian girl from Instagram. So I think that still is kind of my little, that's how people know me on campus, I feel like. So I also remember I was getting interviewed for a lab my first semester at Baylor, and the guy that interviewed me said, "Oh, you're Shravya, I remember you from Instagram." And there were multiple incidents like that. So I think a lot of people, like they know that we dance and they make that association. And so it's a little bit of extra, I don't know, I wouldn't say extra attention, but they know who we are. So
Okay, let me put it another way. Do you get a lot of attention from boys?
So fortunately, no.
I would say unfortunately no, but my mom's sitting right here, so
Okay,
Yeah, that's why I said fortunately.
no, not yet. I don't know, maybe in the future, I don't know, but no.
We will discuss this in private.
Yeah, you cannot ask me this when my parents are right here, and I don't know who will be watching this, so we can't.
My apologies.
Yeah, we can't really answer this.
Okay, so Shravya, let me ask you, because you said that you are in the pre-medical
Yes.
Training or education, right?
Yes.
And you aspire to become a doctor.
Yes.
So may I know what specific field that really like passionates you? Like, do you want to be a gastroenterologist, a neurologist? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, so initially I was really into pediatrics because I enjoy being around kids. And then now I'm also gravitating towards OB-GYN. But I think right now where I am in my journey, I've only seen family medicine and emergency medicine, so very general at this point. So I want to explore more specialties and see how it is before I kind of set my mind on one thing. I know a lot of people grow up saying, oh, I want to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. I haven't had something very specific like that. I'm still keeping my options open, and I'm waiting to explore kind of during my clinical rotations and things. But definitely not something that would be super, super crazy where I have to be on call 24/7 because I'm not ready to let go of my arts. So something where I can still maintain a work-life balance but still pursue my passion of medicine. I'm also interested in endocrinology a little bit. So because a lot of I think a lot of Indian people have issues with diabetes and things. So that's something I'm interested in looking into.
That's great. Let's put Sharanya on the spotlight now. So Sharanya, I got to know that you want to be an actor, right?
Yes.
So what is your dream role, or what specific genre of films do you watch and you want to be playing that part specifically in future?
I think genre-wise, I love comedic movies. More than action, I fear action actually, but I think comedic roles, they really suit me. And even in school, I took theater, so I think the comedic roles really suit me. But I think going more deeper into it, I think I would want to do motivational roles that or emotional roles I meant, but I want it to be really meaningful and impact the future generations. And in fact, I'm really inspired by South Indian actress Sreepadam, and I think she's a really humble person. And every single movie I've watched of her, I really admire the role she chooses because I always learn something from all her roles. So I want to be that type of actress where a kid can watch it and say, I want to be like her when I grow up.
Wow. And Sharanya has beautiful expressions. I saw some of your videos on YouTube
Yes.
while you were performing. Very beautiful expressions.
Thank you. Actually, yeah. It started off when I think I was 3 or 5. That's when I started figuring out that I should become an actress. And I was thinking, how should I practice? How should I practice my acting skills? And since I wasn't in school then, I thought, okay, well, I have my sister here. So I would always practice my acting skills, either one, to get what I want, or two, to get my sister in trouble just for fun.
And it works. That's how I can tell you that she's a successful actress.
So yeah, I think that's where it started. And it continued when I joined dance at the age of 7. And I've just always been the expression queen and the drama queen in my school and dance. And I thoroughly enjoy the abhinaya pieces or expression pieces in dance. Even in my Arangetram, I did a piece called Gummane Kariyidire, which is a little Krishna and Yashoda piece. So the bond between the son and the mother. And I think that really allowed me to define my expressions and showcase my talent.
Yeah, it was definitely, like, that was, I remember, one of the pieces she struggled with the most, because she had to, even if she had that skill of expressions already, she had to work to differentiate kind of cute little vibe for Krishna and then a much more stern for Ma Yashoda.
Yeah, I would be like cute for both Yashoda and cute for both Yashoda and Krishna. So
Yeah,
it
she
was
was
really
cute all the
hard.
time. So
And I did another piece which is Narasimha, and it was a complete contrast because this piece was full of anger and fierceness, and again
The one that
I
she
showed
showed
my
you.
sister as well.
Can you show some anger expressions right now?
Oh, I think it would work better.
Right.
I think it would work better if it's just with my sister, but
look at the camera right now and show them what you show me. Really? No, show them what you show me. Show the camera.
that works.
I was thinking that representation really matters a lot in media, right?
Yes.
So, how do you hope to contribute towards the more diverse storytelling in films or televisions?
I think, like I mentioned, I want to do a meaningful role which contains lots of diversity through comedic roles, action, thrillers. But again, I want it to be meaningful and through that way be diverse. And yeah.
Have you watched Never Have I Ever on Netflix? I saw the South Indian actress Maitri Ramakrishnan. What a fantastic role she has done. What are your thoughts on the South Indian actresses? You know, nowadays they are getting a lot of work in Hollywood. So, do you think that some part need to be changed, or you know, the directors and producers need to involve more South Indian actors towards some of the lacunas?
Yeah, I think I've watched a few English movies, and I've seen the increasing portrayal of South Asian men and women in the films, and I'm actually very proud that it's increasing. They're increasing the portrayal and increasing the chances for more diversity in the film industry. And I don't think there should be any change, but I just wish to see that they maintain the diversity in the film industry, and maybe even more diversity as well, bringing in more countries and ethnicities into the film industry.
Right. So, Shravya, tell me more about how did you get interest in art, especially the sketching? I saw that you had some beautiful images, you know, sketched out of the charcoal pencils.
Yes.
How much time does it take, and what inspired you to you know, go into the art? And does it reflect a part of your identity through art?
Yeah, so actually, it's funny how I got into art because it didn't come out of interest. It actually began when, so there's a group of me and my three other best friends, and they three would go, they went to the same elementary school, and I was in a different one. So my excuse to see them more often was going to the same art class as them, that was outside of school. So it all began like that when I just used it as an excuse to see my friends. And my mom also had to bribe me, and she said, okay, if you do art, then, I mean, if you do singing, then I'll also let you go to art with your friends. So it just started out like as a fun thing. And then I slowly like realized that I was enjoying it. And then throughout middle and high school, I took art as my elective in school. And so that's when I started learning more of the technical details and um, specific techniques and everything with arts. And then now in college also, I'm a studio art minor. So I took a drawing class in college as well. But yeah, so I do that. The way it came up was very unusual and random, but I love it now. It's very calming, and I think art, any type of art, is very therapeutic. So it's kind of like a stress reliever. But the only thing is, it does occasionally test my patience, especially because I do the kind of art I do is realism. And so having to sit there and draw each and every detail. When I draw animals, I first put a layer of the color, and then I scratch the fur with an X-Acto knife, and then go back and add it. Same with human hair. And so it gets frustrating at times, but it requires a lot of patience. But I think at the end of the day, seeing the final product is what pushes me to keep going.
Right, it brings out the real image.
Yes, yeah. So I like doing that kind of stuff, and it does take a long time. Sometimes it takes around a month if I'm doing portraits. But occasionally, when I do smaller paintings, I can do it in like a day.
Now I'm jealous. These girls are extremely talented. Say it, classical Indian dance, classical singing, arts, acting, studies. Like one is preparing for the medical, one aspires to be an actor.
Oh,
my
and I
goodness.
almost forgot one more thing. Ever since I discovered my interest in acting as well, I was enrolled in theater in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and I won a theater award all 3 years, and then I got inducted as an international junior thespian, I was very honored to get that award, and it meant a lot, definitely.
All the producers and directors, if you're looking for a phenomenal actor, Sharanya has my endorsement.
Thank you
can,
so much.
Yeah, you can definitely audition her, watch some of her videos, watch her expressions, and she will make a perfect fit for any role of your movie.
Yeah, please take her. I'm getting sick of her. She can use her acting skills elsewhere, not to get me in trouble at home.
No, yeah, but
Please, I beg you.
I think that everything, like your career, your life, just depends on your luck and your destiny. But I think your hard work and effort definitely does outweigh destiny and luck. If you put in the effort, I think you'll go somewhere in life, and you'll become someone big.
Yeah, and my parents also always say like hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So my parents never scold us for a bad grade or anything. They don't really ask actually. I know it's very unusual for Indian parents to be that way.
Exactly.
But they just emphasize that it's always effort that will take you wherever you want in life.
Yes, and it's very important to celebrate even the slightest effort of your child.
Yeah.
Right? Even I see like there are very few parents who even celebrate the failures of their children.
Yeah.
Just to give them that motivation, just to give them that push. That is very important.
Yeah. I think, yeah, that's kind of how it works in our house. My parents, like I said, they don't get upset over a bad grade, and they'll just instead try to figure out the root of the problem. Why did it happen? Why do you think you did this? How can we improve? So yeah, that's helped us a lot, because I think that's also helped us balance our studies with arts, because we're not living in that constant stress and fear of keeping our grades to an like some crazy expectation for our parents.
True.
We're able to manage both with a peaceful mind, because they don't add that extra pressure that's already there. Because the studies here, it's really no joke. Yeah, I think because in India, I think your grades are really important, but here it's not simply just your grades and scores. It's having other activities, community service, internships, research, especially for a pre-med student. So not having that extra pressure and stress from them really like helps and lets us kind of do whatever we do with it.
Right, I completely agree because the education system works very different in India.
Yes.
But here in United States, it's very different, and students need a lot. They really need a lot of dedication, and sometimes I feel, my goodness, how these students, they are everywhere. Like they are performing their best in the schools, plus they are best in the arts also. They'll be doing theater alongside. They'll be practicing their dance or singing or sometimes even sports, right?
Yes.
How beautiful. So, before Sharanya becomes a very famous actress in future, I want to ask this. Will you invite me for a dinner when you become a
Oh
famous
my
actress?
god. I will never forget your reach, Akka, and I think yes, definitely every single day. But except I can't cook, but my mom and my dad will be there. So yeah.
Her mom will still keep cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this Arangetram, it also, as I said, it has a very deep spiritual meaning. So let me ask you some philosophical questions.
Okay, we're ready.
Let me see what these young girls have philosophically. So from your perspective, what do you think is the purpose of life?
Wow, this is really deep. So I think life, the purpose of life for everyone is different. Everyone discovers their own purpose, whether for some people, whether it's their career or these extra hobbies or whatever it is, family, love, whatever it is, I think it's different for everyone. But I think being able to maintain balance is what's important in life. Being able to have a little bit of everything, be financially stable, have a good career, but still have a good relationship with your family and friends, and still have time to yourself, and then have a relationship with God. All of these things I think are equally important. And yeah, I think for everyone it means different things. It may have, it may weigh differently, but I think ultimately having all aspects of everything is what makes life beautiful.
Elaborate this more, relationship with God.
Yes, so I think for us, we're very religious, and since we were young, we would go to the religious classes like Hinduism, like we would listen to a lot of mythological stories. So that I think brought us closer to God, and we enjoy, even if pujas run on for hours, we'll still sit there. And I think music and dance has allowed us to understand it to some extent, so we don't really feel bored. I know some kids also, like, they'll get bored when they go to the temple or go to pujas or something, but we're lucky that because dance and music, you have to understand what you're singing or what you're dancing to. And it always portrays some sort of devotional story. Because I remember for me, during my Arangetram, there was a piece called Kshirasagara Shayana, and it had multiple stories of something like Gajendra Moksham, and then also parts of the Mahabharata, Draupadi Vastraharana. So it helped us really reconnect with our roots and especially religion. And so when we sit down to pray and we're not feeling disconnected because we're knowledgeable about it. And having a relationship with God, I feel, is important. You know,
That way,
understanding
even when
He's
it's a
always
hard
there to
time,
support you.
yeah, you'll always have someone to believe in. And
Right.
just think about, if you just close your eyes, then you'll know that there's always someone there to be with you.
There's some force, I feel, that really guides you and is always there for people that do like believe in God and have that strong connection. You know that there's something to fall back onto, and I think that's what we resort to. Like I said, when she had her knee injury, we would chant Hanuman Chalisa, we chant Vishnu Sahasranamam. So I think also when I'm having a tough time in college, I'll also do that too. And when I'm really stressed for exams, I'll take, even if it's just 10 minutes, to just silently chant or whatever it is. I think it really helps with coping with whatever
That's
it is.
great.
Yeah.
What do you guys prefer the most, destiny or hard work?
I think, like I mentioned before, definitely hard work. I prefer whatever is in your hands. you can't change destiny or luck or fate. You can only, what's in your hand is hard work and effort. If you put your hard work and effort, you might not get what you expect, but it'll definitely be worth it, and it'll be 100 times more better.
I think hard work definitely does take you closer to your, and just believing that destiny, I will be this way, is different from I can change myself to do better. It's very different. So believing in destiny is good. Yeah, like she said, luck is definitely a factor, but again, it's only a factor, whereas hard work can change your entire thing. So hard work, I think, will take you anywhere.
And do you guys ever think that something is omnipresent in the world?
I think change.
Yes,
I think life is always changing in several different ways. Everything is unexpected. You never know what's going to happen. And such as change, there's technological advancements and many more. So change is always happening in the world.
Yeah, and that can be either in your individual life or in society. Everybody is rapidly changing in this day and age, especially, I feel.
Correct. All right, so before we end this episode, let me ask you two more questions. So, what advice would you like to give to the young aspiring dancers or young aspiring artists?
I think mainly, I think a lot of people in our generation and the coming generations kind of struggle or fail to connect with their culture and roots. And especially in Indian classical singing and dancing, understanding what you're doing makes it so much easier to present. Because if you don't, like for my piece, if I didn't know what the Mahabharatam was, I would have really struggled to portray different characters, because I had to work to distinguish, like Krishna cannot look like Draupadi, who cannot look like Duryodhan. So it's important to understand your culture. And I mentioned this earlier in the podcast too, be a Roman in Rome, but never forget who you are. So like just know your culture and everything, and that'll help you understand what you're singing or what you're dancing a lot better. And that goes for, I think, anything. You have to be knowledgeable in what you're doing. Don't just blindly go to class and come back. Like actually put thought into what you're doing and kind of give respect to your parents that are taking you there, and for your gurus that are sharing their knowledge with you. It's important to actually give effort to things other than just your phone.
And I think my algebra teacher always says, do what you love and love what you do. I think it's really important to do whatever you think you'll be able to stick with for the rest of your life. Don't choose anything just because someone forces you to. Do what you love and love what you do.
So do you love me?
No.
That's what I thought.
Also, I have observed that artistic people have better intellect than people from the other fields. Like I come from a medical field, and my mind, all 24/7. I just keep thinking about the medical stuff.
Yeah.
I never get a time where I can divert my mind towards other subjects, or I can think deeply or conversate deeply on other fields of life. So also I have seen that artistic people, they are very romantic.
Well, for the intellect, I'll say I don't know specifically about intellect, but I think artistic people always have new approaches.
Like they switch their mind.
Yeah, because they're engaging all parts of the brain.
Right.
So not just that STEM, like science and math kind of thing. They're also encouraging and stimulating that creative and imaginative part of the brain too.
Exactly.
So I think they always have new perspectives to bring to the table. I really don't think they're above anyone else, but I think they do have the ability to think differently as compared to I think like the average person, people in arts. And then for romance, I do think that
Are you romantic?
not yet. Maybe when I find the right person. I mean, I'm close to 20 now, so when the time is right, maybe. As of now, no. But I think, artistic people, I think for us, we're very filmy.
Yeah.
So I think, again, creative parts of the brain, it does encourage that softer, emotional side of you. So I could see artistic people being more romantic.
Yeah, I mean, these girls are very young. I shouldn't be asking about the romance.
I mean, no, because think about it, like if you were to ask, I don't know, like a scientist to propose, is he going to propose with some mathematical equation versus a guy that's like, involved in like singing and dancing like we are, I would be
Sing and
so
dance
flattered
like
if a guy came and sang for me. So I think in that way they could be seen as more romantic.
Yeah. And in the moments of hardship, they can sing a song for themselves too.
Yeah,
Well,
It's
exactly.
definitely a stress buster.
Definitely. It's kind of that escape from reality, and I think it's nice.
Okay, the very last segment.
Uh-huh.
Are you two really as sweet and polite as you seem?
Well, what do you think? We'll give them the question.
I should give them the credit.
Yeah, I mean, we do fight a lot, so to answer your question, make
Good actors.
Yeah, exactly. We both have that talent to act in front of the camera.
It just depends on if you ask. It depends on certain people. I think you should ask maybe our parents and different people the questions. There will definitely be different answers.
Yeah, we'll get a
to
different
people
answer
you
from every
ask.
different person you ask. I feel like, and maybe you're putting us on the spot and recording us right now, so it'll be very different if you just showed up randomly and then recorded secretly with the camera installed somewhere. Then you'd get the real answer to that question. So we'll leave that up to the audience, to their imagination.
I hope you all enjoyed this conversation, and if you guys want me to bring more enriching stories, please email me and I will bring you guys on the spotlight with a different story. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you. We will be singing a popular kirtanam in the ragam Mohanam and Talam Adi.
It's composed by Muthuswami Dikshidhar, presenting the very popular Swagatam Krishna.
Sa da pa gari pagari sa da sa. Sari ga pa da sa sa da pa gari pagari sa da sa. Sari ga ri ga pa da sa da pa gari sa da sa. मुष्टिकासुर चानूर मल्ल मल्ल विशारद मधुसूदन मर्धन कलिंग नर्धन गोकुल रक्षण सकल सुलक्षण देव शिष्ट जनपाल संकल्प कल्प कल्प शतकोटि असम पराभव धीर मुनि जन विहार मदन सुकुमार दैत्य संहार देव मधुर मधुर रति साहस साहस वृज युवती जनमानस पूजित स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण स्वागतं कृष्ण कृष्ण.
So here are some of my artworks and pieces that I've drawn. So this is a hobby I started to get into even more during COVID, because we actually didn't want to spend a lot of our time playing video games and things like that. So our parents wanted us to use our time more productively. So we did that with the YouTube channel that we started, and art like this. So yes, this first piece right here, the concept of this is 3 hobbies in one frame. So as you can see, there's dance with the bells and the feet, and then photography, and then the art itself. And this was one of my first realistic pieces in 8th grade. So I was very young. And then next, I have some pieces of the Houston rodeo that I competed in and got awards for. So yeah, like Houston rodeo is very big on like Texas and cowboy culture. So that's what you're seeing right here, some horses and boots and all of that Texas culture. And a running theme through all of my artworks is Indo-American culture, that I'd like to show the balance between the two, living in the US and being an Indian. So yeah, in this rodeo piece right here also I'm wearing a kurti even though it's in a Texas ranch. And the previous two were Prisma colored pencils. The medium and this one is a charcoal, and it's a self-portrait. And yeah, it also has red, white, and blue to show Indian culture and American culture. And then here's where I get to brag about my sister's acting again, because she's quite the model for a lot of my other artworks too. This is her posing with sunglasses. And yeah, she's just very natural like that at home. So it's just a piece I did for her. Then these bigger 2 drawings are from my college. I'm a studio art minor at Baylor University, and so yeah, we had a bunch of skulls and bones set up in the middle of our classroom, and there's art easels set up around the classroom. So from whichever angle you're sitting in, you have to draw what you see. So yeah, this was the first time I was drawing without a reference photo, directly from observation. Just draw what the eye sees and measure it. So yeah, this was a challenge for me, and it's charcoal. Yeah, so this is what I like to do outside of my academics and along with music and dance. And it's been fun, especially having someone like my sister to pose for me. So yeah, I enjoyed it along with all the other activities we do. And thank you for watching. And yeah, I love this.